Hey, what's up, my uplifting life partners? This is Ron Simplify Myers. Today, I wanted to come talk to you guys about creating a list to find a partner. Now, the list has become pretty popular when people are saying, sit down, figure out what you want in a man, and it makes it easier to find. They're relating it to like when you go grocery shopping. You make out a list, you know exactly what you're going there to get. It keeps you from getting sidetracked and buying stuff that you don't need. Another tip is make sure you don't go in there hungry. But that's the purpose of the list, to make it real easy to know exactly why you're there. And people are saying that's what you should do in relationships. Well, my thing is you already have a list. Everyone has a list. Now, it is a question on how thorough the list. See, your list may be he's cute or she's cute and he's fine, or that type of stuff. And if that's all that's on your list, then you can see why your list is so general and why so many people qualify. Now, the key is to get very thorough in the list. And that's the whole idea when people are talking about creating a list. But to me, the real purpose of the list comes back to what you guys hear me talking about all the time, which is get rid of your problems. When you create a list, you have to look at that list and say, do I qualify for the person I'm looking for on my list? And in most instances, the answer is going to be no. Why do I say that? Because you would already be with them. You attract what you put out. See, you could create a list. And I heard, and I got the book from a young lady, and I'm going to read the book. But I guess that's what, I've been told is what she did, is she put a list together, gave it to God, and the guy showed up. And I know I'm going to paraphrase real quick. We know book goes into more detail, at least we're hoping it does. But I tell people, if you just write a list, put it somewhere, and say, I gave it to God, you're being unrealistic and very naive. It's not going to happen. Because if it was that simple, then you could just say it, and it would happen. The key is you have to become one with the list, which means you have to know that list inside and out. Again, the purpose of the list is just to save you time and not waste time with people that don't qualify for what you say you're looking for. But at the same time, you have to make adjustments. I've used the example of I don't smoke or drink. The lady that's going to walk out the second part of my journey will not smoke or drink. But if I hung out at the bar looking for a woman that doesn't drink, you're going to look at me like I'm crazy and say, Ron, I got a tip for you. Quit going to the bar trying to find someone that doesn't drink. Makes sense. So who has to make the adjustment? Me. I have to adjust and start saying, well, where would the ladies that I want to date hang out at? And then go to those places. Like you guys know, I've talked about, I'm into self-development. Why do people do what they do? Why they think the way they think? So I would go to a lot of events like that if I'm looking for a partner, because she's already doing what I like to do. Make sense? But I'm making the adjustment. I'm not going to the bar, and unfortunately this is what most people do. They go to the bar, bring out someone who drinks, and then spends their time trying to convince them not to drink. You guys see where the issue is? And people wonder why they're having problems in their relationships. Quit trying to, it's not your job to change people. It's your job to figure out where you're headed. That's the reason I say what the list does is help you see, am I even doing what I'm looking for in a partner? Do I qualify for the person that I have on my list? And then you make the adjustment, and then that person will show up. Because I'm a firm believer, you can only attract that which you put out. So with that said, the people that are showing up right now are because of you. And the only way that's going to change is because of you. You can't stay the same person and attract that list you just put together. That's why I said don't believe and don't be naive. It's a myth if you think you're just going to write a list and that person's going to show up. No. There's things on that list that's going to have you have to look at yourself and go, that means I need to get better in this particular area. Like if I want a young lady that's totally into her body and getting into shape, wouldn't it make sense that I was doing the same thing? Not saying after I find the lady on this list, then I'm going to start eating better. No, that doesn't work. It's me make the adjustments, because now it's back to, like I said, now I go to the different stores where there's healthy food. I go to restaurants and eat healthy. Guess what? Who's hanging out at the healthy? You guys follow? The woman that I'm looking for is probably at the healthy store getting healthy foods, eating at the healthy restaurant. But who made the adjustments? I did. Not go to somebody that's eating at a fast food restaurant and then convince her to stop eating at fast food restaurants and start eating at healthy restaurants. You guys get me? That's why I said the adjustments are always going to be you. I don't get into the conversations, well, he, and why is he, and he did this to me, and it. Folks, you're the hiring manager in your life. And by that, I'm saying if you were a hiring manager at a company and you guys got nothing but bad employees, the company's looking at you. Why? Because you're the one that's hiring them. So they're going to retrain you so that you could do better qualifying of employees, or they're going to fire you. One or two. You're doing the same thing in your relationships. You are the one who's hiring these people that are showing up. The only people that are connected to you are blood family. That's it. And even some of them you're not going to deal with. So everybody else is a choice. So before you start pointing fingers and talk about how people are, you got to realize you hired them. So again, this is all about getting you together, and you guys will always hear me talk about that. It's getting rid of your problems. It's not about worried about other people. And as you guys know, it ain't right, it ain't wrong. It is my opinion. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.